All right, we are going to start a listening test, and this test is going to help you understand each and every question type in IELTS listening. You know what happens? We've got Cambridge IELTS books 1 to 18. Book 1 is the oldest one, and book 18 is the recent one, right? Probably in the month of June, we will have book number 19 also. It is there, but it's not very common these days. So probably after a few days, you will get book 19 as well. So book number 1 is oldest one, and book 18 is the latest one, right? What happens in IELTS? They have a bank of IELTS tests. These tests are also past papers. Cambridge IELTS books 1 to 18, these are past papers. So in actual exam, they will not give you anything from these 18 books. This is out of their audio test, the listening test bank and all that. Now, whenever they give you the listening test, sometimes it's part 1, 1 word only, sometimes no more than 2 words. Sometimes in part 4, they give you multiple choice questions. So we have a different pattern. Like if you see books 11 to 18, they have a pattern like 1 word and or a number. Then if you go back to book number 5, 6, 7, they have no more than 2 words, no more than 3 words. So it's a good idea to practice from all the books so that you get the pattern, new pattern or old pattern, okay? Now, we are going to start. Questions 1 to 5, complete the notes below. Question type is notes completion. Write no more than 2 words and or a number for each answer. So no more than 2 words and or a number. So answer can be 5 black elephants. Black and elephants, 2 words. Or answer can be black elephants, they are 2 words. Or answer can be 5 elephants, 1 word and 1 number. Or answer can be only elephants or only 5. So these are the combinations. Children's art and craft workshops. Now you need to imagine children art and craft workshops where children learn how to do painting, drawing, sculptures and all that. Example question is given and answer is Saturday. Question number 1. Adults must accompany children under dash. Now, if children are under a certain age, they should come with their parents, okay? So adults must accompany means parents should, if a child is, for example, if a child is 5 years old, so mother should come with the child to join the class. So adults must accompany children under dash. Under dash means answer is going to be an age, okay? For example, answer is under 5. They will say less than 5. If your child is less than 5, you should come along and all that. So please listen and answer.
Section 1. You will hear a woman calling a local museum about children's art and craft workshops.
Good morning, Sidmouth Museum. Can I help you?
Oh, yes. Good morning. I'm interested in the children's workshops, and I'd like a little more information, please.
Do you mean the art and craft workshops?
Yes, a friend of a friend mentioned them. The children do painting and make models and so forth.
Yes, of course. Where to begin? First of all, as you probably know, they run every Saturday.
Fine. And what about ages?
Well, all ages from 5 upwards are welcome, though we do ask that children below 8 years of age are accompanied by an adult.
Fine. That wouldn't be a problem.
Okay, children below 8 years must be accompanied by an adult. So all ages they accept 5 onwards, but children below 8, they should accompany with their adult. So for under they use the word below, and answer is 8. And 8 should be written as a number. Just follow this last part.
Section 1.
As you probably know, they run every Saturday.
Fine. And what about ages?
Well, all ages from 5 upwards are welcome, though we do ask that children below 8 years of age are accompanied by an adult.
So all ages 5 upwards, they welcome them, but children below 8, they should accompany by their parents. So answer is 8. Okay, sorry? Just you will write 8 as a number. You will not write anything other than that, okay? Cost is £2.50. Workshop held in dash. Then they say Winter House dash street. It's going to be the name of the street. Winter House, name of the street, and that's it. And if the name is unusual, they will spell it for you and you can write the spelling of the street. So,
What about cost?
Well, I think you'll find them very reasonable. It's £2.50 a child, with 80 pence off for 2 or more children from the same family.
Oh, yes, very reasonable. And are they held in the main museum?
Not exactly. They're nearby.
Could you give me the full address? I don't know the area very well.
Yes, it's Winter House,
Right.
and that's in Tamer Street.
Could you spell that, please?
Yes, Tamer Street.
Lovely.
okay, Tamer. So how to spell? Tamer. Tamer, and then street is already written, so you will not write it. Okay, good job. Let's go on. Security device must push the dash to open the door. Now they have a security device and you must push something to open the door. Like, sometimes doors they have your thumb impression. You give thumb impression and the door opens. So security device must push the dash to open the door. They have a security device and you need to push something, a button, right? So to open the door. Now there will be a specific button to open the door. Let's see.
And I do need to tell you that there's a security entrance, so you need to press the green button for someone to let you in. Don't press the red button, please. But don't worry, it's all clearly labelled.
Okay, so you need to press the green button. Press. For press, they use the word push. And he said, don't press the red button. Don't press red button. So correct answer is green button. If you write only green, wrong. If you write only button, even then it is wrong, because they have green button and the red button. Okay, so for door, it's the green button. Just focus once again.
And I do need to tell you that there's a security entrance, so you need to press the green button for someone to let you in.
Okay, you
Don't
need to press the
red
green
button, please.
And don't press the red button. Now, question number 4, should leave car behind the dash. Behind means parking. They have a parking. For example, should leave car behind the office, behind something. So for behind, they may use the word behind, at the back of, backside, or anything like that. Okay. So whatever they say that you park your car, leave your car means park your car at the backside of something, that will be your answer.
Okay. And one more question. Is parking available nearby? We're driving in from out of town.
Your best bet is to leave your car at the back of the library. On a Saturday morning, there are plenty of space.
Okay, leave your car at the back of the library. Understand now? Behind the and back of the. They always do like this. In listening, they always have synonyms. The audio and the question booklet, they follow synonyms. So answer is library. Right? Yeah. Clear? Good. Question number 5, book workshop by phoning the dash on 200765. By phoning reception, by phoning admission office, by phoning. So the person or department where you have to make a phone call will be your answer. Okay? Now please listen and answer.
And can I ask about booking places?
Yes, and I must tell you, you really should book by calling the education department here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I have rung them instead of the main museum?
Okay, so which department? Education department. Okay, this style of IELTS listening is a bit old, but you never know, in your exam they give you this. No more than 2 words, it comes. Common practice is 1 word and or a number, but at times they give you no more than 2 words as well. Now, let's go on. Questions 6 to 10. Write no more than 2 words for each answer. Now, there is no number and maximum 2 words. No more means maximum 2 and minimum 1. Well done. Next 2 workshops. Now, they are going to tell us about next 2 workshop. Date 16 October. 16 November. Okay. Workshop title, building dash. Now building what? Title of the workshop is building houses, building something. So whatever they build, that will be your answer. Okay, I'm going to play the audio for 3 questions together. Question number 7. Children advised to wear. Now, special advice that children should wear jacket, cap, boots, shoes or anything like that. So question number 7 is about clothes or the type of clothes that they need to wear. And question number 8, please bring if possible. Now, what is it that they need to bring if possible? If not possible, no problem. So now 3 questions in one go. Question number 6 is building something. It's the title of the workshop. Question number 7, they advise children to wear something. And question number 8, they need to bring something if possible. Okay? For example, bring lunch if possible. Something like that.
But I'm very happy to give you information about the next 2 workshops. On Saturday the 16th, there's building castles.
Huh?
So there is building castles. How do you spell castles? Castles. Well done. Building castles. So correct answer is castle. It should be plural, castles. They said plural word in the audio, okay?
Workshops. On Saturday the 16th, there's building castles.
Oh, sounds great.
This involves quite a bit of glue, so just make sure the kids are in old clothes.
Just make sure the kids are in old clothes. So children advised to wear. For wear they use the word kids are in old clothes. So answer is old clothes. Well done.
It's a bit of glue, so just make sure the kids are in old clothes.
I know. Ones I don't mind getting mucky.
Exactly. And if possible, could you bring along bottle tops, which the children might be able to use in the models?
Okay, if possible, could you bring along bottle tops? Bottle tops. Correct answer, bottle tops. Right? Bottle ka dhakkan, bottle tops. If possible. Listen again.
Exactly. And if possible, could you bring along bottle tops, which the children might be able to use in...
Okay, could you bring along bottle tops which children might be able to use? So bottle top is the right answer. It should be plural as well, but they will accept singular answer. Okay, now question number 9, 23rd. They have another workshop and the title you have to write. So question number 10, 9 is the title of the workshop and question number 10 is please bring if possible. Now I'm playing both.
Then the following week...
That'll be the 23rd, won't it?
Yes, that's right. On that day, it's what we call undersea worlds.
What we call undersea worlds. How to spell words? WORLDS. Absolutely. Undersea words. And undersea, how many words? No, 1 word, not 2 words. Undersea words. Undersea is actually a compound noun. Undersea words. All right, let's go on.
It's what we call undersea worlds. This is where they make scenes.
And by the way, see, no more than 2 words. So if you write undersea words, you are writing 3 words. So undersea should be written together and then words.
With fishes, underground caverns and so on.
Is that likely to get very dirty? Lots of paint splashes?
Not really. So we don't recommend any special clothes for that one. But if you could search out some silver paper to bring along to use in the sessions, you know, it's shiny, it looks like water, that'd be great.
Yes, of course. We'll see what we can come up with.
Bring along silver papers. Correct answer is silver papers. Please listen to it again.
It's shiny special clothes for that one. But if you could search out some silver paper to bring along to use...
Okay, if you could search out some silver papers to bring along. Silver papers, okay? So silver papers, they look like water, sea water. That's why. Correct answer is silver papers. And for 9, it's undersea words. Now, we've got section 2, questions 11 to 14. Complete the sentences below. We have sentence completion. Write no more than 2 words and or a number. So again, no more than 2 words and or a number. Train information. Okay. Question number 11. Local services department from dash railway station. Dash railway station is the name of railway station. Lahore railway station, London railway station, and all that. So the name of railway station will be your answer, and it will come with railway station. Now listen and see what is the name of the railway station.
Section 2. You will hear a customer services official giving information to a passenger at a railway station in a town called Trebirch.
Hello. My family and I are staying here in Trebirch for a week or two, and we wanted to know about the train services. We're hoping to do a few local trips.
Okay. Well, I can give you lots of details about all the trains going from Trebirch in the southwest. This leaflet will be very helpful, but I can tell you some of the main things. We've got 2 main train stations in the town. King Street is for local commuter lines and regional services.
So, King Street is for local lines and regional services. So we've got 2 train stations, and then she said King Street. Listen again.
Section 2.
The train services. We're hoping to do a few local trips.
Okay. Well, I can give you lots of details about all the trains going from Trebirch in the southwest. This leaflet will be very helpful, but I can tell you some of the main things. We've got 2 main train stations in the town. King Street is for local commuter lines and regional services.
The King Street is for local commuter lines. So local services department from King Street railway station. Correct answer is King Street. Question number 12. National Services Department from the dash railway station. Local is from King Street. National from where?
What about trains to London? I'll need to go there on business for one day.
Then you need to go to Central Station. That's for all the national services.
Okay.
There are regular trains
then
to
you need
London.
to go to Central Station, and that's all for national services. So Central. C-E-N-T-R-A-L. Well done. Very good. Question number 13. Trains for London depart every dash each day. Every dash means every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, every 2 hours. Means after every 2 hours there is a train. So trains for London depart. For depart they may use the word leave. Train for London leaves every 20 minutes. Like that.
They leave Trebirch every half hour on weekdays and every hour at weekends.
Okay, every half hour weekdays and every 2 hours at weekends. So half hour, and they've mentioned during the week. So during the week means weekdays, right? Yeah. Please focus again.
They leave Trebirch every half hour on weekdays.
Every half hour on weekdays. So weekdays is during the week.
And every hour at weekends.
And every hour at weekend. So there is no weekend. So answer is half hour. Okay, question number 14. Price of a first class ticket includes. Now if you buy a first class ticket, it includes drinks or it includes meals. Right? What? What do you want them to include? Huh? Lunch? Okay, that's a good idea. Lunch. Why not?
It takes about 2 hours, a bit longer on Sundays. You've got a choice of first and second class, and there's a buffet car, though refreshments are included in the cost of a first class ticket.
Okay, the refreshments are included in the cost of first class ticket. So refreshments. Correct answer is refreshments. You were right, huh? Lunch, roti is included. Okay, you'll get that. Okay. Questions 15 to 17, complete the table below. Write no more than 2 words and or a number for each answer. Type of ticket and details, like the type of ticket and what are the details. Standard open, no restriction. Then there is that super save and 8:45. Now when they say 8:45, you will be alert, and before that you can listen the audio passively. Next, special. Now when they say we have a special ticket, travel after dash and at weekends. For example, travel after midnight. Like, midnight, they've got the discounts and all that. So special ticket, travel after 12, travel after midnight, travel after 11 p.m., something like that. Okay, so let's see.
And have you got any information on different ticket types?
Yes, there's a range of ticket prices depending on when you travel and when you buy your ticket. There's a standard open ticket, which doesn't have any restrictions. This can be bought in advance or on the day. You can also get various discounted tickets. A popular one is called the Super Save, and this is okay for travel after 8:45. Then there is the special ticket, which is valid for travel after 10:15. The special tickets are also valid for travel at weekends.
Okay, after 10:15. And by the way, in the audio, they did not mention AM or PM. So please don't try to be extra smart. I will write AM, PM also. Your answer will be wrong because they didn't mention. So correct answer is 10:15. And how to write 10:15? 10.15, 10.15, 10-15. It's always right. Okay, it's no problem. Now, question number 16. The name of ticket type. One is special, one is super save, one is standard. So question number 16 is the name of ticket. And question number 17, they say buy at least 6 days ahead, limited number, dash, essential. Now something is essential with the ticket type of question number 16. So let's see.
The cheapest tickets are called advance, and you have to buy them at least 6 days ahead. Only a certain number are available, and you have to make seat reservations for these.
You have to make seat reservations for these. So, question number 17, seat reservations essential. For essential, she said, you have to make seat reservations for these. And question number 16, advance. Well done. Listen to it again.
The cheapest tickets are called advance.
Okay, tickets are called advance. Cheapest tickets are called advance.
And you have to buy them at least 6 days ahead. Only a certain number are available, and you have to make seat reservations for these.
You have to make seat reservation for these. So, seat reservation essential. Essential means you have to make. Now, questions 18 to 20. Choose 3 letters A to G. Which 3 attractions can you visit at present by train from Tribberch? So please correct this. Which 3 attractions can you visit at present by train from Tribberch? So 3 places where you can go. Now there are total 7 places. It means there are 4 places where you cannot go at present. These destinations are not available. So you need to listen to it carefully and find. Science Museum, theme park, climbing wall, mining museum, aquarium, castle and zoo. So out of 7 places, 3 places where you can go and 4 places are closed, or the route is closed or the place is closed, right? So 3 attractions can you visit at present. At present means now. For the attractions which are closed, for them they may use the past tense or the future tense. For example, if they say aquarium is closed for renovation these days, it will open next week. So aquarium will not be the right answer, okay? If they say, well, there used to be a lovely castle, but these days it is closed, you cannot go there. So the place where you cannot go will not be the answer, and the place where you can go or you can visit will be the answer.
Thanks. And are there lots of places to go to around here?
Oh, yes. You can enjoy many days out. There's the Merthyr Mining Museum, which is only half an hour from Tribberch by train. Your children will find it just as fascinating as any theme park, and they can ride in the original miners' lifts and on the coal trains. There are special excursion tickets which include entrance fees. Mainline trains also offer direct services to Bristol, where you can visit the docks or spend a great day out with the children in the zoo, which is set in the parkland that used to surround the old castle. Special family away day fares are available for this service now during the school holidays. Alternatively, you can be in Birmingham in only an hour and a half, where there's lots to see and do, including the new and internationally acclaimed climbing wall built on the site of the old aquarium. We will also be running a special service to Newport when the new Science Museum opens next year, as we anticipate a lot of visitors in the opening weeks. I'd advise you to call early to book your tickets. Is that okay?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, so out of 7, 3 options, and it's equal to 3 marks. So which 3 options? Theme park? No. It's option C, climbing wall, option D, mining museum, and option G, zoo. Okay, so out of 3, if you select 2 correct answers, you will get 2 marks for that. Now please listen to it again.
Thanks. And are there lots of places to go to around here?
Oh, yes. You can enjoy many days out. There's the Merthyr Mining Museum.
There is the mining museum. Now she's not talking about science museum. She said there is the mining museum.
There's the Merthyr Mining Museum, which is only half an hour from Trubirch by train. Your children will find it just as fascinating as any theme park.
Okay, your children will find it as fascinating as theme park. So actually, it is not theme park, but it is mining museum. So theme park, they only resembled it. Your children will find it as fascinating as theme park. It's not theme park, it's mining museum. So you need to cross theme park. This is the wrong answer. If you cross wrong options, you will be left with the right answer.
And they can ride in the original miners' lifts and on the coal trains.
Okay, they can ride in original miner's lift, right? And the train.
There are special excursion tickets which include entrance fees. Mainline trains also offer direct services to Bristol, where you can visit the docks or spend a great day out with the children in the zoo.
You can spend a great day out with your children in the zoo. So it means zoo is available, it is open. You can spend a great day out with your children in the zoo.
Which include entrance fees. Mainline trains also offer direct services to Bristol, where you can visit the docks or spend a great day out with the children in the zoo, which is set in the parkland that used to surround the old castle.
That used to surround the old castle. Used to. It means now it's not there. Used to surround the old castle.
Special family away day fares are available for this service now during the school holidays. Alternatively, you can be in Birmingham in only an hour and a half, where there's lots to see and do, including the new and internationally acclaimed climbing wall.
Okay, new and internationally acclaimed climbing wall in Birmingham. So, which attraction they can visit at present? That is climbing wall. So, third correct answer is C.
Built on the site of the old aquarium.
Built on the site of old aquarium, E. It's not the answer. They said climbing wall is built on the site of aquarium. So correct answer is this climbing wall, which is the right answer. Okay? Yeah. All right. Now we've got part 3, questions 21 to 30. Complete the tables below. Now this is pretty unusual that you are getting sentence completion in part 3. Mostly in part 3 you get multiple choice questions, matching type of questions, but sometimes this can happen if you are lucky. So complete the table below, write no more than 3 words and or a number. Now 3 words plus number. So 3 words are maximum. Minimum they can be 1 word, only number and all that. Dissertation, tutorial, record, education. By the way, IELTS listening part 3 and part 4, they are educational. Part 1 and part 2, they are social. For example, in part 1, we had a dialogue that was about the railway system and all that. Then part 2, we had a conversation about the local service departments and all that. That was again about traveling. And now part 3 on education. Dissertation is more like a final project. When you complete your degree, you have to submit a final project that is called dissertation tutorial record. Name of the student is Sandy. Okay. Target previously agreed and then work completed. Read IT dash. Now you will focus the word IT. Read IT dash. Okay, so whatever she says afterwards, after IT, read IT article, IT books, IT website, or anything like that. Okay, now let's see.
Section 3. You will hear a discussion between a tutor and an education student called Sandy about the student's dissertation.
Hello, Sandy. How have you been getting on with your dissertation?
Fine. And I've been working hard on the various action points we agreed on our last tutorial.
Do you want to talk me through what you've done?
Yeah, sure. Well, we agreed on 3 main targets for me to aim for. The first one was to find out about suitable data analysis software.
Yes.
And what I decided to do was to look through catalogues specialising in IT.
That's a good idea.
Okay, catalogs related to that, IT. Okay, so correct answer is catalogs. CATALOGUES, catalogs. Please focus again.
Section 4.
Tutorial.
Do you want to talk me through what you've done?
Yeah, sure. Well, we agreed on 3 main targets for me to aim for. The first one was to find out about suitable data analysis software.
Yes.
And what I decided to do was to look through catalogues specialising in IT.
That's a good idea.
Catalog specialized in IT. So IT catalogs. Question number 22. Head of dash. Second is spoken to Jane Prince. Now Jane Prince is okay. Head of the dash. Now Jane Prince is head of some department. Head of IT department. Head of something. Okay. So let's see. What is his designation?
What did you come up with?
I found the names of 2 promising ones.
Right.
But I also thought it'd be worthwhile talking to a lecturer.
Oh, right. Who did you see?
Jane Prince. Do you know her? She's in the computer centre?
Yes, of course. She's the new head.
Yes, well, she was very helpful.
Oh, that's
Okay,
good.
she is in the computer center and she's the new head. So head of computer center. Well done. Head of computer center. She's the new head. Okay, now question number 23. Prepare a dash for survey. They will talk about survey. For survey, they need to prepare, make, arrange, and all that. So what is it that they need to prepare for survey? And then question number 24, completed and sent for review. Add questions in section 3 on. Now what is the title of section 3? Add questions in section 3 on dash. Now section 3 on what? It's going to be the topic of section 3. So 23 and 24 will be played together.
Did she suggest anything in particular?
Yeah, she recommended software called VVAT and said I should book up for a couple of practice sessions using VVAT.
Great. I'm sure you'll find them useful.
And, of course, the second target was to draw up a survey checklist, which
Yes, you emailed me it last week.
Okay, to draw up a survey checklist. Survey checklist means checklist for survey. To draw up means prepare. To draw up survey checklist. So answer is checklist, and checklist is one word. Checklist. Okay, 24.
You had a chance to look?
Of course. I think it's good. Very much on the right lines. I'd say your first 2 sections are spot on.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't suggest that you change anything there, but in section 3 you really do need to have questions on teaching experience.
Yeah, I was thinking...
Okay, in section 3 you do need to have questions on teaching experience. So correct answer is teaching experience.
It's good. Very much on the right lines. I'd say your first 2 sections are spot on.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't suggest that you change anything there, but in section 3 you really do need to have questions on teaching experience.
Yeah.
Okay, section 3 you do need to have questions on teaching experience. Now, question number 25. You can see here Red Banerjee. Red Banerjee. Then they talk about Erickson. When they use the word Erickson, you will be alert because answer is going to come after that. Erickson's essay on managing the dash. Now managing what? Managing the stress, managing the something. Okay, so Erickson is your clue word. When they speak about Erickson, you will listen more carefully. And managing what? Manage, maintain, or for managing they can use the word how to control. Right? Yeah.
And my third target was do further reading on discipline.
Oh, yes. I mentioned a couple of writers, didn't I?
Yes, well, I got hold of the Banerjee, and I thought that was excellent, but I'm afraid I didn't manage to get hold of the essays about classroom management. You know, the ones by Simon Erickson. The bookshop said it was out of print, and the library doesn't have a copy.
Oh, right.
So
And I'm afraid I've
essays
lent my
on classroom management. So classroom management means managing the classroom. Just listen to this part.
And I thought that was excellent, but I'm afraid I didn't manage to get hold of the essays about classroom management. You know, the ones by Simon Erickson.
You know, the ones by Simon Erickson. So classroom management means essays on managing the classroom. Okay, next we've got next targets. Question number 26. Do further work on chapter 1. Give the title, context and dash. Now, a couple of things. Give the title, context and something. Now, answer will come after context. Give title, context and something.
So let's look at some new targets. We'll start by having a chat about your chapter 1. I very much enjoyed reading it. Your written style is very clear, and you've included lots of interesting descriptions of education in your target area. I've just got a couple of suggestions for some additional work.
Of course. Could I just ask, what do you think I should call it?
Well, I'd go for something like context review. What do you think?
Well, short and to the point.
Exactly.
Okay, context, review. Context is already written, so you will write review. It's the title. Given the title, context, review. So answer is review. Question number 27. Add statistics on the dash. Now statistics, that is numbers. Add statistics on the dash. For on, they may use the word about. Add some statistics about dash in various zones.
Now, as regards specific areas to work on, I'd be quite interested to have a few more statistics about the schools in the different zones.
Oh, that wouldn't be a problem. I can get them from the internet.
Great.
Okay, statistics about the schools. Answer is schools from different zones. Just focus once again.
It's about the schools in the different zones.
Oh, that wouldn't be a problem.
Okay, statistics about the schools. So statistics on the schools or about the schools. Okay, next, include more reference to works dated after dash. Now, dated after dash means dated after and then there will be a date. Dated after, okay? So they're going to mention that. Dated after 2020. Dated after 2015. Something like that. So answer will be a date.
And although you did make a reference to quite a few different writers, I think you should aim to cite more works written later than 2000.
Okay.
Later than 2000. So dated after 2000 or later than 2000. So 2000 will be written as a number. 2000. 2000. Timing. By the dash. Now what's the timing? By the, there can be a date or there can be a year or by the something. Okay?
But in the meantime,
That's more difficult, but I can try. When do you want that done by?
Oh, it's not urgent. I should aim for the end of term.
I should aim for the end of term. So for the end of term means by the end of term. So that is deadline. Timing means deadline. So deadline is end of term. Just follow again.
That's more difficult, but I can try. When do you want that done by?
Oh, it's not urgent. I should aim for the end of term.
I should aim for the end of term. Okay, question number 30. They will talk about prepare list of main sections for chapter 2, use index cards, and before starting the dash. Now, before starting what? Before starting the dash.
But in the meantime, I think you should also be thinking about chapter 2.
Should I be drafting it already?
No, but I think you should note down its main sections.
Yes. You know, I always find that the hardest part...
I always find it helpful to put some ideas on index cards.
Yeah.
And then you can sort them and even lay them out on the floor. It's a real help.
Well, I'll certainly try it. When would the deadline be for that?
My advice would be to get it done before you embark upon the research. You can always change it later.
Okay, get it done before you embark on the research. Embark means start. So get it done before you embark on the research. So before starting the research will be the right answer. Please listen to it again.
Well, I'll certainly try it. When would the deadline be for that?
My advice would be to get it done before you embark upon the research.
Okay, before you embark on the research. So correct answer is research. And by the way, timing means deadline. So when is that deadline? Okay, thank you. All right, now we've got section 4, questions 31 to 40, and unusually we have multiple choice questions in section 4. So this may happen. Once it happened like 5 to 6 months ago, a student got multiple choice questions in part 4. So this is on their manual, although this test is pretty unusual. I mean, in part 3, they never gave sentence completion. In part 4, they never give multiple choice questions. But you never know. When you are unlucky or you have a bad day, then all the things will happen to you. Okay? So, it's okay. But the standard IELTS pattern you will find in Cambridge IELTS books 11 to 18. That is standard IELTS pattern. But if there is anything unusual, it's going to be like this. Okay? Now, let's see. History of moving pictures. Moving picture is motion picture, like cinema. Moving pictures. Initially, they used to call it motion picture or moving pictures. Question number 31. Some photographs of a horse running showed. Now, what is it that the photographs of horses running showed? What did they show? Option A, all feet off the ground. Please correct it. It's not feel, it's feet. All feet off the ground. Okay, so all 4 feet of the horse, they were in the air. Off the ground means in the air. Sometimes, you have your photo taken, you jump, and then suddenly you catch the photos, your feet are off the ground. So all feet off the ground. At least 1 foot on the ground. What does it mean? 3 feet in the air, 1 foot on the ground. And option C, 2 feet off the ground. How stupid it is. I mean, just see that. What are they checking? 2 feet, 3 feet. One can get confused, right? So this test is really, I don't want to use the word idiotic, but actually it is. Anyways, all feet, now you need to listen carefully and see a horse. They will talk about a horse. If all feet all off the ground, and by the way, for horses, foot or feet, we use the word hoof. H-O-O-F, hoof, singular, and H-O-V-E-S, hooves, plural. H-O-V-E-S, hooves. Hooves are horses' feet. So, all feet off the ground, A, 2 foot on the ground, B, and 2 feet off the ground, and option C. Let's see.
Section 4. You will hear part of a lecture about the history of moving pictures.
Many believe that the story first began in America in 1877, when 2 friends were arguing over whether a horse ever had all 4 feet, or hooves, off the ground when it galloped. To settle the bet, a photographer was asked to photograph a horse galloping, and the bet was settled because you could see that all the hooves were off the ground in some of the photos.
Okay, all the hooves were off the ground in some of the photos. So all feet off the ground. And for feet, they use the word hooves. All the hooves were off the ground. Okay, so all feet off the ground, finally. Question number 32, Scotsman employed by Edison. Now, Edison employed a Scotsman. What did he do? Option A, designed a system to use the technology Edison had invented. So if the Scotsman designed a system, option A, used available technology, option B, already an expert in motion picture, option C. Okay, again I'm telling you this test is pretty unusual, right? Inshallah you will not get it, but you need to go through it. Yeah, if it is going to be worse, then it's going to be like this. So Scotsman employed by Edison, what did he do? Designed a system, used available technology, or he was already an expert?
The person who became interested in taking the moving pictures to its next step was the famous American inventor Thomas Edison. Actually, he didn't do the work himself, but rather asked a young Scotsman in his employ to design a system, which he did. Now, this young fellow was clever, because the first thing he did was study other systems, primitive as they were, of moving pictures, and then put all the existing technologies together to make the first entire motion picture system. He designed a camera, a projection device, and the film.
So, what did he do? He was clever. Option B, well done. Used available technology to make new system. C, was already an expert. No, he was not an expert. Designed a system. He did not design a system. He used all the available systems. I'm playing it again.
The person who became interested in taking the moving pictures to its next step was the famous American inventor Thomas Edison. Actually, he didn't do the work himself, but rather asked a young Scotsman in his employ to design a system, which he did. Now, this young fellow was clever, because the first thing he did was study other systems.
Okay, he was clever. The first thing he did was to study other systems. So used available technology to make a new system,
primitive as they were, of moving pictures, and then put all the existing technologies
put all the existing technologies
together to make the first entire motion picture system.
To make the first entire motion picture. So used available technology to make a new system, and that was entire motion picture. So B will be the right answer. Question number 33. One major problem with the first system was that. Now, first system of motion picture, what was major problem? Only one person could be filmed. Like they could make a film of one person only. One person filmed. Option B, people could only see very short films. For short films, they may use the word 10 seconds, 5 seconds. And option C, camera was very heavy. If they say the camera was loaded onto a trolley, or 5 people used to hold the camera, anything like that. So it is going to be option C. All right, now let's see.
The system was first shown in New York in 1894 and was really very popular. Apparently, people lined up around the block to see the wonderful new invention. There were, however, a couple of problems with the system. The camera weighed over 200 kilograms, and only one person at a time could see the film. Well now.
All right. Option A, only one person could be filmed. No, only one person could see the film at a time. If you remember in the old time, they used to have this thing. They used to play and then like this, so only 2-3 people could see. So it was something like that. Only one person could see the film. But option A is only one person could be filmed. They are not saying could be filmed. They said the only person could see film. Option B, people could only see very short films. Did they mention short films? No. Option C, camera was very heavy. 200 kilograms. Imagine a camera of 200 kilograms. 4 sacks of cement. I mean, each one is weighing 50 kg. So 4 sacks of cement is 200 kilogram, right? 2 sacks of wheat. So correct answer is option C. Listen to it again.
The system was first shown in New York in 1894 and was really very popular. Apparently, people lined up around the block to see the wonderful new invention. There were, however, a couple of problems with the system. The camera weighed over 200 kilograms.
The camera weighed over 200 kilograms. So the camera was very heavy. Weighed over 200 means more than 200 kilograms.
And only one person at a time could see the film.
And one person at a time could see the film. Right? So one person could see the film.
Well now,
That's it. Right? Got it? Now, question number 34. Rival systems. Rival system means other people made the same systems as well. Like we've got iPhone. So Samsung is a rival company. Rival, R-I-V-A-L. So rival systems started to appear in Europe after people had, option A, told about American system. People had been told, like somebody told them in America, they have a movie, and then in Europe, people made the system as well. So if people had been told, seen, or used. Now there are three options: told, seen, or used. For example, American system came to Europe, they used it and they developed their own system. Or option B, people saw American system and then they copied it, or people were only told about it, they heard about it and they copied it. So rival systems started to appear in Europe after people had. Now important words are told, seen, used.
news of the new system in America traveled fast, and a number of rival European systems started to appear once people had heard about it.
Once
The
people
single
had
prop-
heard about it. Now what does it mean? Told. Once people had heard about it. Okay? Let's see.
News of the new system in America traveled fast, and a number of rival European systems started to appear once people had heard about it.
Okay, news spread fast and people heard about it. So that is told about the American system. Heard means told. Okay, question number 35. So A will be the right answer. In 1895, a famous new system was developed by. Who developed famous new system? French team working alone. French and German team. Now you can write French team, French and German team who invented the word cinema. So French team, French and German, and only German. Just remember three words: French, German, French and German. That's it. So
Then in 1895, 3 systems were all developed, more or less at the same time and independently of each other. I guess the most famous of these was by the Lumiere brothers from France, and they called their system the cinematograph, which of course is where the word cinema comes from. There were also 2 brothers in Germany who developed a successful system, and they called it a bioscope.
So, famous new system was developed by French team working alone, or by French and German, they talked about them separately. Let's listen on.
Then in 1895, 3 systems were all developed, more or less at the same time and independently of each other. I guess the most famous of these was by...
Okay, the most famous of these. Now, famous new system was developed by...
comes from, independently of each other. I guess the most famous of these was by the Lumiere brothers from France.
The most famous of these by Lumiere brothers from France. So a French team. They did not mention any German or anything. Lumiere brothers from France. So because of brothers, it's team. French team and working alone. Means they did not work with Germany. Okay? Lumiere brothers. Question number 36. Longer films were not made at the time because of the problems involving. Now, they always made short films. Okay, so longer films were not made. What was the problem? Option A, subject matter. Subject matter means the topic of the movie or anything. Option B, camera. Now, camera was able to make 3-second movie, 10-second movie and all that. And option C, film projector. Now, what was the problem? That they made short movies. Was it because of subject matter? Was it because of camera? Or was it because of film projector?
Well, now once the problem of projection had been solved, the next challenge for the inventors was to make the films longer and more interesting. A continuing problem at the time was that the films had a tendency to break when they were being played, a problem which was caused by the tension between the two wheels, or reels as they are called, which hold the film. Now, this problem was solved by two American brothers.
Okay, so what was the problem? Was it the subject matter? Was it the camera? Or was it the film projector? They were talking about two wheels. You have not seen projector. Have you seen old projector? There one wheel, it is rotating, and there is the film. And then there is another wheel, it is actually closing the same film. You can just watch it on internet. Old film projectors. So there are two wheels of it, right? So they said the problem was tension between the wheels in the projector. So that issue was related to film projector. Please listen to it again.
Well, now once the problem of projection had been solved, the next challenge for the inventors was to make the films longer and more interesting. A continuing problem at the time was that the films had a tendency to break when they were being played.
Okay, films had the tendency to break when they were being played. Now, tendency to break, that was not from camera, that was not from subject matter, that was from film projector. I mean, old times, do you remember those films in the camera we used with the negatives? Yeah, negatives and positives. So it's just like that. They had the tendency to break, and that was related to projector.
Longer and more interesting. A continuing problem at the time was that the films had a tendency to break when they were being played.
Okay, when they were being played. So films were played on film projector, and they had the tendency to break. So that is option C. Now, Lentham loop invention relied on. Relied on means depended on. And just take Lentham loop as Lentham loop. Invention depended on or relied on. Removing tension between the film reels. Between the film reels, it removed the tension. And option B, adding 3 more film reels to the system. If they added 3 more film reels, option B. Option C, making one of the film reels more effective. So if they made more effective, option C. If they remove tension between the film reels, then it is option A. And by the way, in question number 36, they said the problem was because there was a tension and the films used to break. So let's see.
A problem which was caused by the tension between the two wheels, or reels as they are called, which hold the film. Now, this problem was solved by two American brothers. They developed the Lantham loop, which was the simple addition of a third reel between the two main reels. And this took all the tension away, with the result.
Okay, so what did they do? They added third reel, which removed the tension between the two wheels. Now, making one of the film reels more effective? No. Adding 3 more film reels. They did not add 3 more. They added 1 more in the middle, and then the tension was removed. So option A, removing tension between the film reels, will be the right answer. I'm playing this part again.
Well, tension between the two wheels, or reels as they are called, which hold the film. Now, this problem was solved by two American brothers. They developed the Lantham loop, which was the simple addition of a third reel between the two main reels.
Okay, addition of third reel between the two main reels. Okay, now adding 3 more film reels? No, just 1. They added 1 more. Now let's see what do they say about tension.
And this took all the tension away.
This took all the tension away. So removing tension between the film reels. Now let's go on. Questions 38 to 40. Complete the sentences below. Write no more than 3 words for each answer. So, question number 38. The first motion picture was called The Dash. Name of first movie. Alright, first movie it was made. The name of the first movie was what?
So now there was a real possibility of having films of more than 2 or 3 minutes. And this led to the making of the Great Train Robbery, the very first movie made.
So, this led to the movie Great Train Robbery, the very first movie. Great Train Robbery. You can watch it on YouTube. First movie ever made, Great Train Robbery.
So now there was a real possibility of having films of more than 2 or 3 minutes. And this led to the making of the Great Train Robbery, the very first movie made.
Okay, Great Train Robbery, the very first movie made. Answer is Great Train Robbery. Question number 39. Dash were used for the first time on film in 1926. Now, what is it that they used for the first time on films in 1926?
It only lasted 11 minutes, but was an absolute sensation. And there were cases of people watching the movie and actually fainting when the character fired a gun at the camera. Almost overnight, movies became a craze. And by 1905, people in America were lining up to see movies in store theaters, as they were called then. I guess the next big step in terms of development of technology was to have people actually talking on the film. And the first step towards this was in 1926, when sound effects were first used on a film.
Okay, 1926, sound effects were first used in the film. Sound effect. Sound and effect. Effect with E. E-double-F-E-C-T-S. Sound effects. Okay. Question number 40. Subtitles were added to The Lights of New York. Now, it was the name of the movie. Lights of New York. Because of its. Now, after there is a blank. Please draw a blank there. Okay. The Lights of New York because of its dash. So they added sound effect, they added subtitle. There was some problem with the movie and they had to add the subtitle because of its.
It wasn't until the following year, however, that the first talkie, as they were called then, was made. This film featured actors speaking only during parts of the film and was called The Jazz Singer. And it wasn't until 1928 that the first all-talking film was produced, and this was called The Lights of New York. Unfortunately, the sound on this early film was not very good, and I believe they put subtitles on the film. That is, they printed the dialogue along the bottom of the film to compensate for this poor sound quality.
To compensate for the poor sound quality. So they wrote the dialogues to compensate the poor sound quality. What does it mean? Because of its poor sound quality. Okay, correct answer is poor sound quality. All right.